welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
After 272 regular season games, 12 playoff games, one last one on the NFL calendar, and it happens tonight as EA Sports welcomes you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the AFC champion Buffalo Bills and the champions of the NFC, the New Orleans Saints. Final game of the season. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Greg, it has been a long run to get here. 2 weeks of build-up, the media day, the radio interviews. It's all over now. Finally, it's time for football, and for these players, after all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. And he is stopped at 25, and drive will begin there. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage that can take your legacy to a whole nother level if you're able to come out on top. But in order to make that happen, he's going to have to put those nerves behind him as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in an early hole because you just couldn't settle down. If he's able to remain calm, play his game, his team's going to have a great chance to end this night as world champs.
And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big play here in the big game. And even 30 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. This will be a 38-yard attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Saints will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, you're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
Tight end going in motion here. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. Slot man in motion right. On third down, it's Williams. That's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. To the outside, that's St. Brown.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Third and 2. Here's Daniels. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Saints. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bills offense about ready to get going on their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They'll have it by plenty. It was 3rd and 2. They picked up 8. They send him right out of the slot. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Dobbs headed in motion. Williams to throw on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Kenneth Murray.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and that will lead to a 2nd down. Here's a first carry for their running back, and they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Daniels. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, and I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Daniels going to throw again. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
That's just too easy. At this level, Mike, you give an NFL quarterback that much time to find a receiver that open, it's just going to be pitch and catch and result in an easy 6. So they got to tighten up their coverage. They got to do a better job accounting for all these receivers, because if they have guys running that free the rest of this game, they're going to light up the scoreboard.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go play action here with Williams. Fires left sideline. That is complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl. And good for the 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 3-score game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing is Daniel. To the right, that's Pitts. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level. They could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
So, 1 quarter down here on Super Bowl Sunday. The Saints out on top. We'll have more from Tampa after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Up the middle they go. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. Let the fullback try to power it home. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Saints. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense ready for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. This one up top for Dobbs.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. The Saints offense ready to take over once more. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Play action. Here's Daniels. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And he's close to another 1st down as it's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. To the air again is Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5. He is in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, New Orleans. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The Bills offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Here's a give to Gibbs on the zone read. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. On the ground, this is Gibbs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Williams. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. 3rd and 6. Slot man in motion left. On 3rd down, it's Williams. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And that'll set up 4th down. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Bills are on the board now here in this 2nd quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Saints offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And before this drive starts, let's take a look at the current race to see who's going to take home the award of NFL Most Valuable Player. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On play action, Daniels. Now a ball deep, middle of the field.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They motion the slot man left. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Here's Williams. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5. But it will keep the drive going. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That's Dobbs, open left side.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throw it again. It's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Here's 2nd and 6. Williams. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time, and it'll lead to a second down. Williams to the air once more. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Bills are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. One final throw before the break. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we are at halftime here in the Super Bowl. And for the final time this year, we send it to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end left. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Throwing right, it's taken in. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught by Gibbs. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
At the 48-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Bills cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. Carty back out following the made field goal. He'll kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing again. Daniels. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
And he's in. Touchdown, Saints. That is second touchdown of this Super Bowl. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his fourth touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved his defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This team's offense ready to take over once again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Now he'll run. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll get this across midfield to about the 49. Latu there to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Williams. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, Buffalo. The tight end going in motion to the left. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Bills. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats. Makes mom and dad happy. But, Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
Here's Hardy now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. A safe kick taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go. And he nearly takes it the distance, just short of the goal line. A spectacular return.
Oh, man, you know he wanted that one. He's going to wind up just short of the goal line, but what a return it was. When he got to midfield, Mike, I thought he was gone. I mean, it won't be a touchdown, but he set his guys up first in goal, and that was electric to watch.
You will happily take this starting field position. They begin with first and goal at the 2. Thrown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Here's a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, New Orleans. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now this team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. A play fake. Now Williams. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's Dobbs, open left side. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing again, Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Williams. This one complete right side. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll go play action here with Williams. And he's in! Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The extra point from Carty is good. And the Bills cut into the lead a little bit. Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Handoff here, up the middle. Not much happening there, just a short gain. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Back to the ground after the penalty. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. On 4th down, here's Matt Ariza to punt. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. On 2nd down, it's Williams. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They bring the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So a pair of 1st downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Throw it again. It's Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here now, 3rd and 5. Williams to the air once more. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up.
The key component to a screen game, Mike, is that you need your opponent to think you're trying to push the ball vertically downfield. Then you're able to catch them off guard by checking it down short. In this case, the defense doesn't fall for it. They rally to the ball, and they tackle him short of the sticks.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. To the ground, a 1st down run. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a give on the ground. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Saints will punt this one away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Williams to throw. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Daniels now on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Quickly to the outside and complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now a give up the middle.
Number 23 for Voltaire. Max Crosby on the tackle. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The Saints now going to try a field goal here. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Saints will extend their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 2. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Just under 2 minutes to play on Super Bowl Sunday. We're back to write a finish to the season after this. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 1st and 10. Throwing again, Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. And the Saints have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. So the impossible dream has come true. 17 regular season games without a loss. 2 more in the playoffs. And now, Greg, win number 20 on the year here in the Super Bowl to cap off an immaculate season.
And I think at this point, even the guys down there in Miami have no choice but to tip their cap. I mean, think about what this team was able to accomplish, Mike. To go an entire NFL season long without one off week, one single misstep all season long. I'm not sure if we can plan on seeing another perfect season ever again. So to be here and witness history, all we can do is enjoy it.